So, Jessica, how is life?
I just poured 15 liters of water, 15, 17 liters of water in my house, broke the can just 15 minutes back.
Hmm.
I half cleaned it and servant came and she was taking over.
Hmm.
So, yes, actually, I was in a very good state yesterday, even before, like I said, even before coming to your meeting
Hmm.
because of that 7-7, that analogy. Then what happened? I had a call with one of my colleagues. So basically, what he was telling me is at 5 p.m. call, I said my end of the work I have finished. Then he was like, "How can you say the Jira is completed?" I didn't say the Jira is completed. I have completed my end of work. Still, review is pending, right? Like that I told, and he was like, now he is bringing two-level compliance. So one earlier I used to directly get the review done by the US guy. Now this person also wants to do a primary level review, and then secondary review will be done by that guy.
Hmm.
So first I completed the task. Then he said you have to make changes. Okay, so I said okay, I will make the changes. Around 5:30 we met, and he is telling me again at 7 p.m. we have to connect, and it was unplanned. And I had another call with that assignment team, and they were asking like what I was going to do in my skit, and I had to present that to them. So then I told him, see, 7 p.m. I have another call. I will definitely finish it from my side. And he said, then when will you get the review done? And because he didn't finish the review, he didn't come with the call at 8:30 with the US guy. So then I handled that and I completed it. But somewhere, it was like 1 second of going against my will and doing something, uh, kind of destroyed whatever energy I had built up for the day.
Hmm.
I was observing that and I was interested to know like when we are expected to do something that is against our will, uh, how to handle that kind of a scenario. If it means if it's going to help the other person and it's not going to benefit us much, but the expectation is set, and how can we ensure we do even the things against our will in the right energy and mindset? Because see, there was so much I had to complete. I completed it because I was in a very higher state. It was like very fast. I was able to complete. But then when I came back to this place of a little bit lower vibration, I was not able to finish at that speed, and something was working against. That alignment was missing for me. I could sense that. Then I presented 7 to 8, and I tried to convince them. Again, this lady joined, and she was saying this, that your PPTs doesn't look good, etc., etc. Then said I will modify, like you said, by tomorrow. Give me some time, like that. I just told them. Then I was parallelly doing this as much as I could also. Then 8:30 I presented. So like the thing is, my responsibility I was able to complete. I was able to do it properly. But somewhere when somebody else who's part of our team is not having that trust factor in us, uh, and like even this maybe this boy, this colleague of mine, he also didn't have that trust factor, and this lady from this assignment group, she also doesn't have that trust factor that I'm doing something for the goodness of the team. So somewhere this kind of thing was, I was able to feel that misalignment from the team members, and also doing something against my will and being forced a little bit. And I wanted to get more insights on this if possible.
So, what was the final status?
I finished both. I finished this lady. She wasn't convinced, of course. She said this change needs to be done. And then finally, one more lady was there. At least she was logical. She told, like, at least that lady used to tell, let's first listen to her. Let's wait like that to this lady. She wouldn't listen. She will just barge in and talk. She used to do that. And this lady again told, let's practice it couple more times and see if we can make any changes. Her
Hmm.
idea is not that bad. It is presentable only, but let's see tomorrow once as a full through rehearsal. That time we will get more ideas. And that she said, and only that proposal went for that long because another thing I observed is they are the guys, the other people, they are not as fast as me. Like when I was asked to explain, I just went with the flow. Okay, I showed
Hmm.
them the screens, this, that, etc. I just went with the flow. But somewhere they did not follow up, or they were unable to visualize and run along with while I was presenting. So somewhere they were auditory or kinesthetic, or I didn't. I felt like somewhere I didn't include auditory, digital, auditory, and kinesthetic kind of people because the visual was there. I explained faster, and somewhere some of them felt the disconnect. One of the guys, like the Tamil guy I used to speak to, that guy was saying, "I'm still not able to see how this connects, and I'm still not able to visualize and understand how things work." And this was his final words, and that too he was not able to put clearly. Like he has himself admitted that he has certain communication issues, and somewhere I felt he was taking time to explain this part also, but my understanding was that I didn't do a good job when I did the explanation. I probably was very fast in showing things, and they were all not running alongside me
Hmm.
at that time I was explaining. So some misalignment is still existing. I'm not there yet as a master practitioner. I have to ensure that all the four different types of people, VAK, EAD, all those four people I have to address whenever I speak. So even as a coach, or when I'm explaining, even in these sessions, right, these coach sessions, I have felt that somewhere, but somewhere they also don't come up and tell. At least here I was getting that review. I have a lot of content, I try to tell it, and some people actually grasp. Some people are at the speed of me. So the other people have to, some kind of misalignment is observed here as well.
Hmm.
Yeah. So far these were my observations.
Okay. Could you identify the decision strategies of others, the motivation strategies of others, or even the convincer strategies of others?
Hmm, no, I haven't been successful in doing that.
All right. So what you can do, you can talk to them one by one and then figure out what is their decision strategies, what are their motivation strategies, what are their convincer strategies. Okay. So today we will talk about something very interesting. And before we get into that session, let me give you a scenario. A scenario is that there's a road. This road is clean, and basically this is the road which is your journey of life. Okay, so you are traveling on this road on your journey of life, and on the left side of the road there's a garbage dump. Okay, on the road, this is one of the section of the road where on the left hand side there's a garbage dump. On the right hand side there's a beautiful garden. It was actually a well maintained garden, and you are having a banana. Okay, now as you finish the banana, on which side of the road will you throw the banana peel?
Obviously, on the same side where the garbage is.
Okay, and why? Why it is obvious?
You don't want to put garbage on to a new place, and if something is already having garbage, then other people won't try to move. They will all go around it only, mostly, and somebody who comes to clean it up will clean it, and banana peel can trip over somebody also. So putting it in a place of garbage is far safer for other people than putting it on a new place and somebody doesn't watch and falls. We don't have to take that responsibility.
Mhm.
Or I will probably put it in a bag because I carry some kind of a small cylindrical box tin. In that I keep adding all the garbage I want,
Okay,
and
so
I
imagine
just
you don't have that box. This is the only option that you have. So what
then
will
mostly there only.
you'll put it on the left hand side, right?
Mm.
Not on the right hand side.
As in where the garbage
See, this banana is all the events which are happening in your life. This is just one of the incidents. Okay. So whatever is the good part of it, you consume it, and whatever is the bad part of it, you never throw it towards the garden. Unless, of course, you deliberately want to throw it towards the garden. So imagine the kind of shit which comes out of different events in your life. What do you do with that shit? Do you keep it in this garden, or you want to throw it out, or you throw it out rather? I'm not about want to. What do you do by default?
we keep piling up.
And it keeps on piling up in the garden.
Yes.
How much is it worth it to piling up in the garden? Like what value you are going to get out of it?
No value.
Even cleaning it is a big deal.
I okay. So what you're saying is it's a garbage. Okay. So somebody is throwing that garbage at me and saying something is not right, or
I'm not talking about somebody throwing the garbage at you. I'm talking about some event happened in your lives, some conversation happened, something happened, and definitely there are two parts of it. One part is what you consume, and one part is what you throw away. Now, what we do as human being, often we don't even throw it away. We keep it in that box that you're talking about, the tin box. And we don't even notice that this tin box is not enough to keep it longer. Because now you are accumulated a lot of them. So you go for a bigger tin box. Then you go for a bigger drum, a smaller drum, a bigger drum. Probably then you go for a complete garbage tank. And as you dump everything, every time you look at it, you can smell the stench which is coming out of it. And when you talk about it, what you're actually doing is you're just gathering that garbage out and showing the other person, see, this is the garbage I'm carrying.
no. I am trying to talk to you about the garbage I am carrying because I wanted to address it and
What is the point?
sort it properly.
What is the point? You might get one truck here. What about the next truck?
Okay, see, somewhere, okay, what I'm trying to ask as a question is, I was in a high vibrational state. Something happened, somebody is able to change that state of mind. I don't want that state to go away because I was working in the right place and I was feeling so high, so nice. The high that the kind of high that we want, and we don't have to depend on addictions to get it, right? So that kind of high that we spoke about in these sessions only. So that kind of high I was carrying. It was so nice. Like until that 5:30 call happened with this guy, and he was like, I mean, he already reviewed. It's not like I didn't submit any document. At 5:30, there is a document I'm showing him. Hey, this is
Yeah.
what I've been preparing to. And he's giving feedback comments. Okay, your comments are taken. By 8:30, I'm going to ensure that it is going to be there in the sheet. And at 7 p.m., he's making an unplanned call. And I said I had already planned some call. Okay, 6:45 possible. He says he's not available at the time. Some namas, he said. Okay, I'm understanding that also. So 7 to 8, I wasn't available. So I told him 8:30, I will directly show him. No, I want to do one more review. Already shown you the document, you've given your feedback. One more review. Why is it really necessary? Like that, I asked. Then I know for sure you will miss some things, and I don't want the other guy to pick it up and tell us. I want us to be handling it. And he said, okay, these feedbacks, if I carry out, do you think all that will be resolved? Then he said, okay, yeah, these feedbacks, if you carry out, I think most of the things should be sorted, but still I might have more feedbacks on the second level. Then, so somewhere I felt there is no trust factor. Like you have given me some task, you have told me exactly what you need, and before going there, you want to again do a check. That is like micromanagement kind of stuff, right? So that is where I was not feeling in alignment with what he said, and maybe another factor could be that he didn't say it in the right way. He said, "I will put a mail and I will put a schedule a call. If you don't join, then I cannot take care. I will not take responsibility." He said that, and I was like, 7 p.m. Why Basha? Like we can have a call at 8 p.m. Then also he was not convinced. Then oh, I don't want to talk anymore about this. This is the way. Then I said, okay. So this is not about the garbage I'm carrying. It's about this kind of garbage not getting piled up again and sorting it in such a way that it doesn't come up. And I want to ensure that my high vibrational state is not affected by other person's behavior or their state. I felt a dip in that. So that is what I want to correct. It's not, if this situation is trying to tell me something, and that is what I want to focus on. It is not the fact that somebody was bad to me. I'm, I've come past, I feel somewhere I've come past this. And in fact, I've got more insights the last time I spoke about the lady and her perception also. So this one, okay, that lady has been doing that, and I've just gotten out of it. But these small things were causing dips in that energy state. By night, I was very tired. So this is what I was interested and curious about. I want to maintain my internal state and energy state without influence by others. Uh, that is one core thing I want to handle.
Beautiful. Super. One more metaphor I would like to add here. Imagine you have got a car which is worth 10 lakh rupees. Okay. And the car, while you were driving, it moved over a few screws, nails, and one of the tires got punctured. You didn't do it intentionally, it just happened. You got to know about it. What would be your action or reaction?
I would try to fix it. I would try to call a guy, or I try to go to the nearest place where that can be fixed and find somebody who can fix it
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Or imagine you discovered that, okay, there is no puncture, but it's just the air which leaked for somehow.
Take it to the petrol bunk.
Yeah, it costs 10 rupees, right?
Yeah.
To fix it. Now, question is, you want to enjoy the 10 lakh rupee car, or you want to worry with the 10 rupees air?
Enjoy first. But however, I need to fix it, right? Without resolving
Yes,
that.
that is the point. The point is fix it ASAP and get rid of it.
Yeah.
Don't carry it. Because if you keep on carrying it, your entire focus will be on that tire, not the car. You won't be enjoying the drive.
Okay, honestly, I did fix it. Like with this guy, I wasn't able to fix it in that moment. I was blank. I was like, okay, how to handle this situation? That's what was running in my mind when that person was behaving in that kind of a manner. He said like he's going to escalate, blah blah. So then I was blank. I was not having any clue, so I didn't speak much in that moment. I didn't want to get into any states like blamer or placator or distractor. I didn't get into any states. I was like, okay, you want this, it will be done. Trust me. That's it. So he wasn't ready to do that. That's where the conversation was haywire. Then with this lady, in this entire group with all of us, I went directly yesterday and I apologized. I told them that something was wrong with me. The 2 weeks, 2 weekends that we met. Okay, I had actually spoken about this that Sunday only on to one of my friends, and her mother and me, we have some same zodiac signs, etc. And she told me that some Chandrashtama something is there, and even the week before that, I know I was not in a right mental state. I was PMSing and all. So I told them directly that this is what was going on, and my friend was also giving these suggestions. I don't know. Both the weekends I was not in the right mental state, and I apologize for that. And I know that you guys are believers of NLP, and you know people are not their behavior. So I know you guys will have the heart in you to forgive me, and this is what I wrote to them. And finally, they also said there is no need for sorry, friends and all. Some guy wrote this, and they were all okay with it. Even some people acknowledged that message, and they were fine with it. Nobody had any issues afterwards. So somewhere I understand the fixing part. I never used to do before. I used to just keep it as such and just leave it. But then when you said about the situation that you handled with somebody else with that forgiveness thing,
Mhm.
so then that became a cue for me. Then I thought, okay, what others do is none of my business, but what I have done probably that has been perceived in the wrong way, and I should take responsibility for what I have been doing. What others did is none of my business. So then apologized, and somewhere I felt like they also did not go from that place when I spoke to them. Only this lady was again saying this is bad, this is bad. The others were all fine. They did not say anything. So it was okay for me to mend it with them. So this fixing or repairing of that issue happened yesterday with the group. With this guy, suddenly he's getting his burst. With him, I have had no issues. In fact, last week I got his feedback. Actually, last week, Friday, I was under the impression that I will be moving out of this team. Even he was aware of it. And I asked him feedback because it's my last day with him. And finally, we were seeing that a mail came that I'm going to continue for another month. So after that, I don't know. Like I told, even I, whenever we converse, I tell him like there is hardly 2 more days, 4 more days. Like that, I used to tell him. He used to just laugh. So I don't know. We used to have good rapport at times, but at times this rapport is getting lost, and
Mm.
that is getting lost at the point of disagreement, obviously. So yeah, so this disagreement happened, and I was fine with it. I did not get into that state. He got into that state. He got irritated. Usually, I've seen him not go there, but somehow that yesterday, don't know, he went there, and this misalignment was there again. He was forcing me into a call 5:30. We just had that call, and he immediately called me and told me he wanted to review, he wanted to check what I had done and all. So some kind of misalignment happened in this in these moments. Like that's where I my energy level dipped a little. So I want to ensure that this 10 lakh rupees car I have, I'm having to happily go on with it without these dips and states. I do want to fix the problems, not make or create and make, once the problem is there, make bigger hole out of this existing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now let me ask you something in between. So you have this 10 lakh rupees car and you need to get this tire inflated. Now the challenge is that this puncture or this tire leak, it happened at the parking of your home. And the moment you are about to set out for the day, you discovered it. So what option do you have now?
Pick another vehicle and go, or pick another mode of transport and go, or go in public transport,
Okay,
or
that
ask
is one
somebody else
option.
to drop.
That is one option. And if you have to take the same car,
I would definitely have something for the backup emergency situations. So I will have a pump with me because I have a
yes,
cycle. That cycle also has that pump. So I will try to use it. Try to be resourceful in that state to handle that with what I have to
there is
inflate.
something called inflator.
Yeah, that's what.
This apology is that inflator. You know, when you apologize, what happens? You use that inflator. That is the power of apology.
So you're saying that fixes the problem or it makes the problem bigger?
It doesn't allow that problem to exist in the first step, in the first case.
Okay.
Just run the inflator, that's it. Inflate the tire, it will take care of your tire for at least next 2 to 3 hours. At least, depending upon the size of that puncture. It can even go up to 2 days. But what you can achieve at that moment is three things: happiness, peacefulness, and love. You remember these are three things we want, we buy.
Yes, yes, yes. Today morning also I spoke about this.
So apology is a very powerful tool. It actually puts the other person in a difficult state.
So even with this guy, could have said something like, "I'm sorry, I'm not available at that time," or something like that. Again, it feels like somewhere I am still imposing a condition uh, onto him. And
Yes, it's not a condition. It's basically you are just inflating the tire before you take it to a mechanic and get the puncture filled. That's it.
yeah,
That
so
does
here
not.
I can apologize
Your
and say,
life is that 10 lakh rupee car.
"Mm,
The journey that you're enjoying as a human being on this earth, you should continue enjoying it. Not because there is some leak you're enjoying, you are not enjoying that life. It doesn't make sense at all. Okay.
yes,
So with this, let us focus on the topic of the day. And this topic of the day it's really one of my very favorites, super favorite topics. And this is what I called say digital discipline. There's a difference between digital detox and digital discipline. When you use the word detoxification, what you actually tell yourself that the toxins are already there. So basically, you are doing something to get rid of those toxins. So digital detox or detoxination is all about away from. It never gives a sense of towards. It always an away from. Detoxification is always an away from. Anything which is already there and you want to remove it is away from.
can I give a different analogy?
You can always give analogies.
Okay, so when there is something that is toxic, okay, our goal will be to remove it so that it will be like the condition will be improved for what we are going to do, which is a toward goal. So something I'm doing, going out of the way, like suppose there is a block of brick or something on my way, and just move it aside, then move on. So that is like towards my goal only, towards what I'm trying to do. There is a blocker, I'm removing it and proceeding.
Hmm.
Detoxification is actually going in my goals, direction of my goals. And maybe like when we, for example, in food, I will tell, like when I'm eating, I can ensure that I'm not putting toxins into my body, not going for packaged items, junk food, etc. So that is an away from. So ensure that my body is safe. That is the towards goal. For that, I'm ensuring I'm staying away from these junk.
See, when
So
the junk is inside you, the only choice you have is to take it out.
yes,
Yeah, so that is the toxins are already in.
yes,
However, by nature, how nature works is if you do not allow more toxins into the body, nature will automatically wash it out. So the ideal way is look forward to what you want rather than what you don't want. You don't want the toxins, and you cannot achieve anything that you don't want. You can always achieve something which you want. The message that you give your subconscious is that whenever you say you don't want it, what the subconscious, the message that you're giving your subconscious is that you want it. So don't even talk about it. Any message that you're giving, see, persist, where whatever you resist persists. So whatever you don't want, you get more of it. Because you say you don't want, so it comes to you in more. You don't want it, but it is coming to you anyway in volumes. So a very powerful way of handling digital detox is
is knowing what I want.
every conversation that we had in last 4 days is all about discipline. Kya karna hai? It's all about this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I should do, this is what I must do. So everything works when you move towards it, when you move towards something. So digital detoxification is a very difficult activity. So at that point of time, you're telling yourself that already these toxins are inside. However, what is required is digital discipline. Inculcating that discipline such that this does not happen again. It's like some kachra has got accumulated, some garbage has got accumulated, and what you are doing, you're cleansing that place. You can call it digital cleansing. But detoxification actually gives you a very strong, low frequency, weak message. It gives a sense that there is already something wrong with you. However, nothing is wrong with you. It's just the peel of the banana, which you didn't throw at the garbage side. You're just carrying it. So what we need to do is two things. One is digital cleansing, which is very simple. And the other one is digital discipline. Okay, now onwards, I will be doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this. Digital discipline is the happy side of digital connect. Like as this morning we are talking about that you came on this earth as a spiritual being on a human journey. But what we are going through right now is that part of the journey which is human being on a digital journey. And naturally, there is no connection between the spiritual being and the digital journey today. That's why we are working hard to get back to the spiritual mode. It's become very difficult for us. It's not so easy to get back to that spiritual being mode if you want to fix things. So what you need to do is you need to establish digital connection towards digital discipline. So now you're digitally disciplining yourself to get in touch with that inner self, that spiritual self that you have, that you are. This is only possible when you are digitally aware. Okay. This is the most powerful side of digital connect. The happiest side of digital connect, that you have control on yourself. The more you move your attention towards discipline, the more you will be in control on yourself. Otherwise, you will be always in the control of that garbage which is already there inside you. Unless you take it out, it won't allow anything to get in. And taking it out is the most difficult task. It always leaves a trace. The moment you are not paying attention to it, it keeps on growing. However, when you are disciplined, when you start looking forward to all the things that you really want, that in the process eliminates all those bad things, all those not so bad vibrations, which you don't need to continue with anymore. So digital detox is also a lot about logic. Like every time you are saying, this should be like this, or I should not be doing this, or I should be doing this, I must be doing this. These are all logic, and there is no end to it. However, the moment you are into that mode of digital discipline, then you are actually in the mode of action. And digital discipline is that state of mind where logic ends and magic begins. So now you are not allowing any logic to what to do and what not to do. Logic ends. You are absolutely clear that I want to discipline myself and this is the only way out. So whatever I've done till date, it's okay. That's my past. I cannot go back there. There is no point going back there either. It's like looking for those 5 people whom I am an average of today. Instead of that, look for those 5 whom you want to be average and start your journey from there. That's the beauty of human brain. That's the beauty of subconscious mind. And when you train it for certain things over almost 2 to 3 weeks, it works on that principle automatically. Similarly, when you don't pay attention to the things which you do not want to pay attention to over 2 to 3 weeks, subconscious does not take it into consideration for doing anything in future. It just doesn't pay attention to that. So every time you're thinking of digital detoxification, you are always bringing that experience. And actually, no detoxification is happening. And you are still working hard. You are getting tired. So focus on digital discipline. Discipline is something which always takes you forward. Imagine in army, in navy, in air force, what they do, discipline you. You have to get up at 4 o'clock. After that, you have to do this. After that, you have to do this. After that, you have to do this. And then this is the recess time. Then this is the time you can relax. This is the time you can go and play. This is your me time. They do not look for what is wrong with you. They always look for what is possible for you. So digital detoxification is all about what is wrong with you and how to get rid of it. Instead, focus on digital discipline. Automatically, you will see certain things which you really don't need and they will be cleansed off. Automatically. It's like you entered a home, maybe your own home, but you are entering it, say, maybe after 2 years. So you'll find a lot of dust around. So what will you do? It's your home ultimately. You start cleaning it. And as you keep on cleaning it, it becomes comfortable for you to use it. But you are not cleaning the house with this thought that oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, there is so much dirt around, there is so much filth around. Because then you will find filth and dirt everywhere in the house. And you learn that next time when you leave your house for such a long duration, you will leave it, most of your objects covered, most of your furniture is covered with some sheets of cloths. So that when you come next time, the only thing that you need to do is to remove those cloths, wash them, and you have a clean house anyway. 95% of the dust are on those clothes. Hardly a little bit in on the actual furniture. This cloth is the discipline. The discipline is protecting them. So when you focus your attention to digital discipline, logic ends and magic begins. And that makes you digitally smart. And people will start seeing it in your eyes, in your face, in your actions. So the objective is to move into a zone of digital smartness, where you are living your life on your own terms. And it is not impacting your psychology or physiology anyway. Got that?
Yes, I think clean should be another term in that 15 C's.
Yeah, but it happens automatically. If you focus on those 15 C's, cleansing will happen automatically. You don't need to work hard for it, or you don't need to do anything for it. It happens automatically. See, cleansing is an action. It's not a state of being. So when you focus on something, it has to be a state of being consistent, being confident.
I agree, cleaning might not be the end state we are looking for, but sometimes the cleaning will be the like start phase before we begin. We remove stuffs out of the way so that things are clean before we get started.
I didn't get it clearly. There was some voice break.
So what I'm saying is, am I audible now?
Audible, but some voice was breaking. Yeah, carry on. I'll let you.
So cleaning here is not an end state we are looking for sure, but it will be like a start phase before we get started. We just want to make sure our desk is clean before we get started, and we don't want to playing around that we are doing something important because our attention might go there as well.
Yeah, so what you need to do in that case is just need to pay pay your attention towards your DIE. See, whatever distracting you from being your DIE is a kind of toxic. You can consider them as a kind of toxic. It is not allowing you to stay in your DIE mode. It is not allowing you to align yourself with your DIE. So if it is determination for you, you have to notice that what are you determined to do now? Are you determined to debate, or are you determined to stay in the discipline? Or are you determined to stay silent? Are you determined to stay calm? Determined to determine, stay determined that, okay, my determination is to get this thing done. You need to catch yourself. Are you aligned with inspiration? So if you are aligned with inspiration, what are you inspiring? Whom are you inspiring? What could be the outcome of this activity if when you inspire people with this kind of thoughts? What are you want to inspire them? What will show up as a result?
Yeah, actually, if you think about it, the start of the session was all about that question only. Like, I want to stay in my values, in my DIE, in my higher vibrational state, and something outside might trigger our attention in a different direction. I have to, okay, I understand. I have to bring back myself to the DIE, but ensuring at the same time ensuring that okay, this is my focus. I can't just get away like that. I have to ensure the people around are also agreeing, or at least in some level of agreement.
Yeah, should is that logic part, Jessica.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to catch yourself. Wherever this word should and must is coming, you are basically logicizing. And whenever you are logicizing, you are trying to do something which is something that you are not expecting. Don't logicize. You stay in your digital discipline, because all these interactions are happening digitally. You make sure that you are digitally disciplined. That's it. When you are digitally disciplined, logic will go away. Magic will start happening. As magic will start happening, you'll discover that what is happening with you. It will lead you to become digitally smart. Catch yourself that are you experiencing digital toxification right now? Just catch yourself. It might happen anytime. The kind of words that you are using in your communication with yourself, like you're saying somebody is bullying me, so you're using the word bullying. Putting pressure on me, so you're putting the word pressure. How come these things happen digitally? Because you are making a meaning out of it. That is your deep structure. You can control that. But the moment that you get into the toxic zone, the immediate next step would be to detoxify yourself, and your entire energy will go there. First, it got into toxify yourself, now it is going to detoxify yourself. And even after detoxifying yourself, you still need to get into that discipline mode. You need to have those bed covers. Otherwise, they will again accumulate dirt. So stay into the digital discipline mode all the time and enjoy the magic of life and become digitally smart. You know that what to do and what not to do. So this is what I want. And for this is the discipline that I have to bring in. And when I bring in this discipline, I don't need to say should and must. I will be actually enjoying it, and magic will start happening in my life. And as magic starts happening in my life, I become digitally smart, rather digitally smarter with every event. And that shows up. People can see it, that even when I'm talking to this person or interacting with this person or whatever, even when I'm watching a video of Jessica or maybe reviewing it or maybe listening to her some podcast, whatever, or maybe listening to her in a session, I always feel that relationship that I really want to copy and resemble Jessica. Yes, she is so determined, she is so inspiring. And not only that, when every time I connect with her, I feel that sense of excellence which she is already displaying, demonstrating. Like if I want to move on a journey towards my excellence, I should be stay. I must be staying in connection with Jessica. That is where the should comes. That logical part comes. That is, if I want to become excellent in my life, or if I want to bring excellence in my life, this is one of the person who is actually doing it. So ideally, I should or I must stay in touch with this person, because at least I can get to know how she has reached there. And if she says that she has achieved her excellence through determination and inspiration, it's just a wow moment for me. That means if I also be like that, along with whatever I am being, if I also bring those values, bring the importance of those values in me, chances are more likely that I will be also living a life of excellence. And I will thank Jessica for that. And they will ask me, Jessica, how do you do that? You see, it's very simple. Discipline. So whether it is physiology, whether it is psychology, whether it is digital, I keep myself in discipline all the time. I am determined to keep myself disciplined, and that gives me the inspiration. That leads to excellence in my life. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. If someone can do it, anyone can do it. So you can also do it. You can be also that someone. Would you like to copy and resemble me?
Yes.
So that brings us to the end of this workshop. We have one more session to go. However, that session has to happen on Sunday. I won't be able to take it tomorrow or day after.
So tell me one thing, when I'm pulled away from DIE, what I'm doing?
You just need to be alert or be alert that yeah, this is what is happening with you. So just align yourself quickly. Close your eyes, slow down everything. Something that we discussed yesterday. Slow, less, smart. Think slow, think less, think smart. Talk slow, talk less, talk smart. Breathe slow, breathe less, breathe smart.
Something you added for me yesterday while eating also, I was thinking eat slow, eat less. It's not.
You can start with the breathing patterns. Breathe slow, breathe less, breathe smart. Follow that with think slow, think less, think smart. Follow that with talk slow, talk less, talk smart. Follow that with eat slow, eat less, eat smart. Stay focused on your digital discipline. Do not allow any should be and must be to come in the way. End all logics. So where logic ends, magic begins. As magic starts beginning, as magic starts unfurling, you will be back to your digital smartness. Very simple. You just need to stay in the discipline mode, whether it is digital discipline or self-discipline. It's all ultimately boils down to discipline. But you have to catch yourself when you're out discipline, when you're out integrity. See that how I express myself as my DIE. So whether I say or not that this is my DIE, people feel it, people experience it. Let me show an example. You go to this WhatsApp chat of Magic of Transformation, and the day I refunded this money to Nishchay, just read the message that her mother wrote. Let me show you the screen. Hold on. Let me share the screen.
Yes, received.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for keeping your words. It really means a lot.
Then
Appreciate your trustworthiness. I trusted you with my money without even knowing you personally, and you kept your promise. It says a lot about your integrity.
yes, it says a lot about your integrity. Did I tell her that that is my eye? That's how it shows up. That's how it is projected, and that's how it is perceived. I was shocked when I read this. So this is what happens, Jessica. Because you become digitally smart. Everything is happening digitally. I shared the message, the text that I used, the picture that I used. Everything is happening digitally. There was no exchange of any voice, any tonality, or anything as far as sound is concerned. It's all happening digitally. Only the message is there. And see the vibration that thing was carrying. Okay, so with this, we are coming to the end of this session, and we'll have one more session. We'll have it on Sunday. That will be the last session, and that is definitely going to be the most interesting one, of course. And in fact, let me tell you the title of that session, so that at least you can be in that mode for next 48 hours before we connect. The title of this session is, listen to this very carefully. The rest of my life is the best of my life. So I'm not saying it's going to be. I'm saying it is already.
Today, you won't believe I was thinking these exact words, but in a different way. I was thinking like living my best years.
Okay, so just stay with the vibration, and we'll talk about it. The rest of my life is the best of my life. So even whatever has happened 10 minutes ago, if even that is not something which you're happy about, don't try to resist it. Don't even try. Forget about actually doing it. Resisting it means you are bringing that past in front of you in your future. You're trying to detoxify. You are trying to cleansing it manually. Don't do that.
So you're saying like cleansing might not even be required because when we are in this DIE state at all times,
When I am,
with
when I am,
discipline,
when
when
I
I
am.
am in DIE state with discipline at all times, there is no chance of being toxified. So that's why we should always be in discipline of being digitally smart.
Yeah, you stay disciplined in the food that you're eating. Your stomach, your kidney, they all will take care of the other things. Your focus should be on disciplined eating. That's it. You can't control how the stomach is going to work. You can't control how your entire alimentary canal is going to work. Every part of the alimentary canal you cannot control. You cannot control what is flowing through your blood, how it is flowing through your body. You cannot control how the kidney is going to detoxify you. But when you do not put any toxin inside your body, the kidney doesn't need to detoxify much. So you will be having a lot of energy, bubbling with high energy vibrations.
Yeah, I want to do that without being affected by anything.
Yeah,
I should always stay in that
and that is
state.
possible. That is possible when you're aligned with your DIE. So you should be absolutely clear about your DIE, and you should be making complete clarity that yes, I am aligned with my DIE. It's not that I should be or I must be aligned with my DIE. I am aligned with my DIE. I will cry to stay in my DIE. I will love to copy and resemble myself every time I get an opportunity to do something new. And the rest of my life is the best of my life. Do not say it's going to be or will be. Whenever it's a will be or going to be, then it stays in the future, somewhere far away. At least it's not here. The word is. Starting right now, rest of my life is the best of my life. And if that is so, I cannot allow this nonsense to come in my life. With all the digital nuisance, they're eventually becoming digital nonsense. And they are impacting your quality of life. Don't allow them. And instead of focusing your attention on not to allow them, focus your attention on what to allow. What you want to allow. Just stay focused on that, stay disciplined there. You see the magic, how magic begins. And you can connect with your eating habits directly. Then you don't need to detoxify your body. You only need to stay in discipline. That's it. And imagine when you stay in discipline, what will happen? Your body will function like a smart body, a smart engine in every aspect. Okay. So
I
I believe this session is also a turning point in your life.
because see, I am always getting into this pressure sometimes. Like somebody is easily able to influence me. I know I should not be in that state of being influenced by me, but I have to be the influencer in that situation. At times, it's very easy for people to trigger me, and I want to stay in that place of higher energy state. And yesterday's incident was teaching me actually somehow everything that has been happening was also in alignment with whatever we are learning for that particular day. And like for this digital discipline, also somewhere like I need to implement first. Like somebody else got into that state, and I had to be digitally disciplined and tell them sorry and something I committed earlier, something I could have told. And those little changes that I am not doing in that moment is affecting both sides. So that is one observation. Another is that so yeah, I was devising my this thing like I have planned a dedication, influence, and inner engineering, because influence, okay, I will be able to do influence, but before that I need to be engineered, aligned, etc.
The inner
And
engineering is an activity, it's not a value. So DIE is essentially values. Inner engineering may help you achieve that value. So when I say determination, integrity, and enlightenment, I talk about the values. Similarly, when you're talking about dedication, inspiration, and excellence, you're talking about the values. Inner engineering may help you achieve all three of them. Inner engineering may help you stay aligned with all three of them. Inner engineering is an
so
activity.
I have circled one more, like dedication, innovation.
Innovation is not a value again.
Okay.
Innovation can be a result when you are aligned with your DIE. You are innovating something.
Intention.
Intention is also an action. Intention is not a value.
Intent.
Even that is not a value.
Okay, so I will come back to I. Mostly it's influence or inspire.
Yeah, influence can be one of them, but even then, inspiration is more powerful than influence. Influence can be an action of your inspiration. So when you are inspiring somebody, it can influence that positive vibration or that high energy vibrations in that person.
Dedication and inspiration. Next, I have written somewhere two things I felt about me whenever I was devising this. I was feeling like, for the sake of being in that state of excellence, sometimes I give up on my own enjoyment, happiness, and sometimes I am getting into the state of too much ease or convenience or comfort somewhere. So I should have ease also. I shouldn't get pressured, because sometimes I have this habit of being overwhelmed by the thing I want to do. So I wanted these words. I was keeping on writing these words continuously and finding that.
Yeah. So
And
you
I
want to say what you don't want or what you want?
so basically, like when I was writing, I found like I should enjoy, because these guys also mentioned that, but I was really angry at that state. They were saying smile, laugh. I was not able to do it. So somewhere, even I have this habit of having a poker face, very serious face, and somebody has already teased me about it 4 5 years ago. So somewhere like that was a way of hiding what I was having in my mind and not being figure outable. That's what I was wanting at that point. So right now I want these things like enjoyment, at ease, with excellence towards enlightenment.
Yeah, see what is happening, that this is something that you are saying this is not there in my life.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like that this is not there in my life, and I don't want this not to be there in my life.
Yeah, I'm doing that, I know.
Yeah.
Actually, expressing enjoyment with excellence at ease towards enlightenment.
Yeah, that's fine. But the whole point is that you figure out that whether it is something that you want or you don't want not to not happen like that. You say, I want to be at ease. What does that mean? That means that I don't want to be in a state where I'm not feeling that I'm at ease. So what you're doing, you're actually complicating the whole thing for the subconscious, and subconscious is confused about it. Subconscious wants to know the clarity, what you want. सीधा सीधा बोलो what you want. Don't say that I don't want to be not at ease. Because at ease is something which is possible only when something happens. So that's an outcome of some activity. So you're
The
confusing your subconscious.
pressure I feel and the sense of overwhelm I feel, I want to ease that. And what ends up happening is, okay, it's very pressurizing. So let me ease myself. And this is where
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah. So
strategy has been happening through food. I have
exactly,
been trying to ease, and I
exactly.
don't
So
want
you are
that
saying
also.
yourself that when these things happen, only then I will reach a state, and that state is called enlightenment. So how about being enlightened right now? Let the other things happen after that. Why do you want to reach enlightenment by going through such a difficult terrain? Do you really need to trek for that? It is just sitting next to you. And you're saying, okay, enlightenment, I'm coming to you. But if I go this way, I will reach you just in a fraction of a second. And I don't want to do that. I want to get up the hill, then I want to trek in that jungle, and then from there I will go there. Then after 2 days, I'll come back to you, and then I'll greet you. If you want enlightenment, be enlightened too. Let other things happen after that. But your being enlightenment should not wait for other things to happen first. That
Okay,
too
so
in
then
that
tell me.
complicated sequence that you said. This.
Yeah, I got very, yeah. So sometimes that's what happens, I get very, like, everything I put in a very complicated way, then there's difficulty coming out of it. No.
Yeah.
So it's the kind of pressure, or it's the kind of
The word that you're
difficulty.
using, you're already creating that experience. There is a pressure.
Yeah, I'm creating that for myself, which is why
Yeah.
I'm not free or relaxed. I have done that in the past. The goal is to not repeat it in the future. That is there. So, like, I was just thinking dedication, inspiration, and enlightenment, like with all the conversation that we have had. But inspiration, somewhere I feel this action part is missing, no? Like where I do something. Like for you, integrity, like that is where you do something, right?
Yeah.
For me, dedication is like the intent and all the things that I want to do, being dedicated and being goal oriented, that is important for me. And yeah, then inspiration, I am inspired, I make sure others are inspired.
Yeah.
So that action part.
You don't need to find out how others are going to be inspired. If you are inspired, they will automatically feel the vibration and they will feel inspired. Do I need to inspire you? Or do I need to tell you, see, Jessica, if you really want to get inspired, just watch me, just follow me, see how inspired I am right now. I'm talking to you, I'm giving you so many ways to look at things, and see how inspired I am to ensure that you get the message. Do I need to say all those things?
If I say that, people will be feeling very compelled and forced, and that's the state I have put people in
That
at
is what
times.
you think. You don't need to think that way. You stay focused on whether you are aligned with your DIE or not. Period. If you are aligned with your DIE, everybody will sense it. you will be radiating that. Jessica, there is a difference between transmitting, difference between emitting, and difference between radiating. I already talked about it. Emission, transmission, and radiation are not the same thing. You may be emitting such vibes, but that may not be when you're aligned with that. You may be even transmitting those vibes. Transmission can be done anytime. Whenever you're coaching somebody, you can always transmit these vibes. But radiating is something which you need to have, only then you can radiate. You can't radiate without being that way. You can transmit and emit without being that way. However, to radiate, we have to be in that state of mind. Only then you can radiate. So you can catch yourself whether you're radiating or you're just transmitting or you're just emitting. When you radiate, it's a whole something. It's a sphere of influence that is working from Noida to Chennai. The sphere of influence is so big, so large. No iota of doubt when you're being in that state. That makes all the difference. Okay. I wanted to ask you something. I just thought about it. You discovered there are 5 sevens.
Yeah.
Huh?
Now I'm
Okay, how
making
many
it
people are,
7 sevens.
huh?
I'm making it 7 sevens now.
Okay, so I
Seven
want
days.
to ask you one question. How many people are there in your team?
I have added one more person now. 6 people we were. Now we have made it 7 just so we can fit that. So seven
Yeah.
sevens how I made means first 7 is July 7th. So 7th month, 7th day, 7 p.m. So somebody fought with me, like another team, value alignment team has to perform, then decision strategy will perform. Then they were like 7 p.m. is our slot, you cannot ask. Then I said to them like 7:30 p.m. is ours. So 7 to 7:59 p.m. is all 7 p.m. only. Don't worry, we are Indians like that. I just told everybody laugh. Then so that 7 p.m. July 7th, 3 sevens are there. Then we are 7 members now. Just as of today, like yesterday night only, we messaged Mehan. She said okay to add somebody. So then that is the 4th 7. 5th 7 is the group 7. We are named group 7 only. 6th is we have the topic decision strategy and 7 structural analysis points. So 7 ways in which a decision can go wrong and to pull it back, how you can fix it. That's the structural analysis of any decision being made. How to ensure it's not there. So 7, actually there are 5. In the 5th point, there is 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So 7 structural analysis points. Then 7 segments we are having. So totally 4 different skits we are going to have. 1 intro, 1 conclusion, and 1 poem. 7 segments are going to be.
Super. Super. See, this is an example of being in discipline mode. Everything has to be 7.
And we are going to have a lot more analogies of 7s. In the skit also, we are going to talk about Pavan, Mehernosh and all. And then 7th girlfriend, 7, 7, we are going to add in every place possible.
Yeah. And if you have time, you can also ask that, okay, we'll take only 7 questions. You can finish the whole thing in 28 minutes. So that is also a multiple of 7.
So
rest of my
finalized.
life.
Sorry.
Rest of my life is the best of my life. think about it. Stay in that vibration for next 2 days before we connect again on Sunday. And that's all from my side.
Dedication,
Yeah.
inspiration, enlightenment. That's me.
Okay, so you are coming down to enlightenment. Good. I like that.
Yeah, because excellence is putting little pressure on me.
Exactly. Excellence was something which even I found useless at some point of time. I felt that what does excellence mean? Yeah? How can excellence be a value that somebody can even think of? It is going to happen anyway if somebody is determined and in integrity.
It's more like you're looking for that perfection, and then you want to be in that state, and anything less than that you can't take
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah,
many
absolutely.
things will come in. Because I am trying to be like that in anything I do. I want to ensure I'm doing it properly with
Yeah.
my best efforts possible. Then
Yeah.
that's causing that strain, which is why I wanted to avoid it. That's why I said expressing myself is also important. So
Hmm.
when I'm enlightened, there is a term light there. So light, I want that light. That light is
Absolutely.
also going to help and
Absolutely.
be light, be the light. Many things are there.
Absolutely. Enlightenment is the ultimate. It's like even if D and I is not there, I'm still at E. So E should be enlightenment in every possible way. But that has to come from within you. I am very happy that it eventually came from within you.
And I feel like dedication and inspiration both are action words only. Initially, I was not able to see, okay, dedication is I'm dedicated to something, but
But
dedicated
they are also,
action again, that is also
yes,
there.
they are also values. They're action words, but they are also values.
And this also can be done for both work, enlightened work that I'm going to produce, that I have fully thought through and done with inspiration, done with dedication, my work, and dedication to the other person, people around group that I'm talking to, and being inspiring for them and not saying much. Should close my mouth and not say much. Only talk when it is absolutely necessary, and then be in that state of enlightenment. So this is what I have
Yeah, absolutely.
finalized.
Absolutely. Lock kiya
And
ja.
it matches both, like you said, work and
Yeah,
people.
just lock
Initially, I
it.
was yes.
Just lock it. I'm so happy that you could discover them by the time we came to the end of this program. Otherwise, I was thinking, how
No,
long would
there
it
are
take
many.
for you actually?
Some 10 pages at least I have written. All the D words, all the I words,
Yeah,
all the E
yeah.
words.
Same with me. Even I also did that. So once I discovered that, what I did, I just teared that entire sheet. So there were 2, 3 pages, 4 pages, yeah. So eventually what I did that once I was absolutely clear about it, I just teared them off and threw them away. So those were the detox part. So I was getting into that mode. So let me just clean it off. So just clean it, throw it away, destroy it, burn it, finish it off. Do not give any stress. And be in that DIE mode so that people love to cry to be like Jessica's DIE. I'm so happy, so happy, so happy. So the rest of your life is the best of your life. So keep on telling yourself the rest of my life is the best of my life. No strings attached, no questions asked, no logic should be applied. Nothing should be. It's as simple as that. The rest of my life is the best of my life. No matter what, whatever it takes. Okay. So this is the last thing we'll talk about on Sunday. Or you start experiencing being that, like at least for next half an hour, you can keep quiet. Don't talk to anybody. Don't get yourself distracted by anything. Stay in the vibration. Let it settle down on its own. Stay aligned with your DIE. And when you are noticing that you are not aligned with your DIE, just tell yourself, one thing. The best of my life is happening right now. So whatever has happened so far, it's okay. From now onwards, the rest of my life is the rest of my life. Stay in this vibration and we'll connect on Sunday. Bye-bye.